Good evening, and welcome to the 881st meeting of the City of Laurel Historic District Commission. The qualifications of the members of the commission, the staff to the commission, and any consultants used are on file with the city and are hereby made a part of each and every application heard today. The guidelines and procedures adopted by the commission are also made a part of each and every application. Each application heard today is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. I would like to remind commissioners to turn their microphones on when they're speaking and off when they're not. Item number 1, Sydney, would you call the roll, please?
Councilman Simmons?
Yes, here.
Mr. Here. Ms. Snyder?
Here.
Ms. Frazier? Ms. Les?
Here.
Ms. Steinecke?
Here.
Ms. McSinney?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes for the regular HDC meeting held on May 20th of this year. Are there any corrections or comments? If not, could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes for the May 20th meeting.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Brooke, we have a motion to approve in a second. Would you call the, I'm sorry, Sydney, would you call the roll, please?
Councilman Simmons?
Yes.
Ms. Les?
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente? Ms. Snyder? Ms. Steinecke?
Yes.
Ms. McSinney? Yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 2, HDC 2025-0079 for 404 Montgomery Street, submitted by Stephen and Meta Wallace. Would staff like to present his report?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Sam Braden IV with ECD presenting the staff report. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to install a driveway on the property. The proposed driveway will be an asphalt driveway with the dimensions of 87 feet long and 26 feet wide. The proposed driveway will be located on the rear left side of the property and will run to the end of the property line. The proposed driveway meets all setback and lot coverage requirements, including having no more than 20% rear yard coverage and being located at least 3 feet from the side property line. Staff recommends HDC approval of certificate number HDC 2025-0079. That concludes the reading of my staff report. And I believe the applicant is here if you would like to speak.
Thank you for coming.
Glad to be here. I don't know if you did, by the way.
I don't think so. Oh, yes, you do.
There we go. Okay. So I'm Stephen Wallace at 404 Montgomery Street. My wife Maida is also here. You guys have a very full agenda today, so I don't have anything to add, but I'm happy to answer questions.
Okay. Any questions?
I have a question. This is Nancy. So I was looking at the write-up of the French drain. And since I live in a property where there's a concern about water drainage and runoff, and there has historically been an issue with water runoff, especially when we have serious thunderstorms. It says that the drainage and the runoff would run into the yard. Can you tell me, when I look at these photographs, into the yard, looking at the house location plat, if we can slide down in the photographs here, past the photographs into the plat, does that mean into your yard? Or does it mean into the French drain and then under the fence? Yes, that's
So
what I'm looking at.
Right, this is an existing driveway, so the French drain is an addition to improve what is the current drainage situation for an existing driveway. The drainage is going to drain both into the yard, right, it's gonna be a crowned driveway. So part of the drainage is gonna go into the yard, and the other part of the drainage is gonna go to the left on this one toward the fence.
Yeah,
Okay,
into that
and
French
that's
drain
where
that
the
you're gonna
French drain
build.
is, so that'll improve the current situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I see you're going to build a driveway that's impermeable, but that's because you're replacing in kind, which is appropriate. You
Right.
know, that's according to the rules. So I it's always a concern between neighbors when the water comes in and pools in somebody else's yard. So that's
Yeah,
why
so
I'm
this-
raising it as an
This
issue.
should improve, it's already not draining, we're not making puddles in
Oh,
their
that's
yard
good.
when it rains. So this should catch, if there is any more runoff than there is now, it should be more than enough to catch that.
It sounds like you're making plans to improve the situation, so I commend you.
That's the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Mr. Wallace, are the carports that are in the back, in the rear of the property, are they used by your property or other properties?
So the carport that you see in the photo is in sort of the middle of my property.
Right,
So that's just ours.
right.
There's another carport that's on a different property, behind on the other side of the alley. So that's for another property.
Okay,
But the carport's not part of what we're doing
sure,
in this project.
okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Anything else? Would someone care to make a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to submit HDC 2025-0079 for 404 Montgomery Street as presented.
Thank you.
I'd like to second that motion, please.
Thank you. Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. McSinney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you both for coming. Good luck
Thank-
with your project.
Thank you
Might
very
be
much.
calling on you to learn more about French drains. Good night. Item number 4, HDC 2025-0095 for 407 Montgomery Street, submitted by Gabrielle Whitfield. The applicant is seeking approval for a new roof. Staff, would you like to present your report?
Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Sam Braden IV with ECD presenting the staff report. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to replace an existing roof located on the existing, oh, God, I typed the wrong thing, okay. The proposed roof shingles will be similar in color to the existing shingles, which are gray, and will be Gal Fortitude shingles. Staff recommends HDC approval for certificate HDC number 2025-0095. This concludes the reading of my staff report, and I'm not sure if the applicant is here. Yes, the applicant is here. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am, if you would
Thank
like
you.
to
Yeah,
speak.
if you would
Yeah.
come up and turn on your microphone. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Sure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Any questions? I have, on a previous agenda, it mentioned gutters. Are you getting new gutters?
No.
Okay. All right, that was my only question.
Ms. Whitfield, was the porch recently painted?
Yes.
Okay, do we have any record of that?
Yeah, I had that approved.
Okay,
I mean,
look-
if that's what you mean.
yeah, well, it looks really nice.
Thanks. I'm very happy.
Okay. Any other questions?
I'd like to present a motion for HDC 2025-0095 for 407 Montgomery Street, submitted by Gabrielle Whitfield.
I second that.
Thank you. Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. De La Puente, Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSinney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming in. We really appreciate that. Item number 5, HDC 2025-0097 for 380 Main Street. And I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Submitted by Xiomara, Medina. The applicant is seeking sign approval. Staff, Sam, would you like to present your report?
Yes, ma'am. I think I have it on now. Okay. Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Sam Braden IV with ECD presenting the staff report. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to install new signage on the property. The proposed wall sign will be royal blue and turquoise in color. The lettering will say EverPayer along the company's logo. The sign has been placed at the corner of the property. The sign will be 15 feet long and 22 feet in height. Oh, 2 feet. 2 feet. Sorry about that. 2 feet. Sorry about that. 2 feet in height. The sign will also be illuminated. Staff recommends HDC approval for certificate number HDC 2025-0097, and I believe is, yes. Would you like to speak, ma'am?
Can you come up to answer questions? Thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot my microphone.
I don't know where the 22 is from.
Okay,
Good afternoon.
thank you for coming. Are there any questions?
Madam Chair, in lieu of this being in the historic district, did you get any other artwork, so to speak, that would fit in on this building maybe a little better?
No, this has been our logo for a few years now, so we didn't try to change it. We try to keep it the same one so all customers know that we're there. But if you guys need us to change it, we could work something out.
I mean, I would say that my concern is we don't have any big illuminated signs like that
No.
on Main Street.
No.
And that's not really, you're not in a really old building, but you're on a really old street. And that, excuse me, that just doesn't really fit in. I can't recall approving any illuminated signs recently. Usually we have, a flat wall sign and then a gooseneck light over it to shine on it.
Okay.
Pregúntale si lo podríamos dejar así, aunque sea sin iluminación.
So she's asking if we can leave it like that without the LEDs, without the lights.
Without the lights.
Yes.
I think that would be more appropriate.
I have a comment. If you drive up and down Main Street at nighttime, there's one business that has a neon light, and that's the Poist Company. They've had neon lights in front of their business since the 1930s, when neon lights were brand new. So the historic nature of the neon lighting in front of their building has been there for a long time. On the other hand, your company, it's EverPayer?
EverPayer,
Yes.
correct.
You have 17 locations all throughout the Maryland area.
Also, we have 20, yes.
And it's your logo is recognizable to the community. So I know that you want people to recognize that you're here in Laurel and you serve a purpose to the greater Latino community.
Yes.
As well as everybody else. So you've got these two concerns in balance. So somehow we have to reconcile this, that the one illuminated light sign is a historic one on Main Street, but your business kind of depends on the fact that people can recognize you.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I don't know if we can really,
Are your other
Adjust
businesses
this
in
tonight.
a historic district?
No, in Laurel, we have in Montgomery, in Prince George.
Yeah.
Pregúntale si por lo menos nos pueden dejar el logo y si a ellos les preocupa lo que es muy azul, muy neón, si lo podemos hacer blanco.
Okay, so she's asking, instead of the royal blue, can we do it on white but still keep the lights on, the LEDs?
It's not so much the
Color?
I don't think, it's that sign just looks
Does not go with the building.
huge
Entonces,
on that
por-
building,
por-
and that it be illuminated just would make it even bigger, and you're, right next to
Too
the little,
much for
the women's club, and it just, I feel like it would stand out like a sore thumb, is my thought.
Madam Chair, if I can interject, would you be okay and the council be okay, this Director Burrow, if they place this sign in the middle, would you be fine with that?
You
Yeah,
mean
right, just
between the
above the
two
window.
stories?
No.
I mean, it's the fact that it's so enormous.
Okay.
I mean, I would think more people are going to see it if it was between the two stories, because people driving by are not usually looking way up, they're looking, lower. But I do, it looks like there are already some lights on the building that shine down on that area between the two windows, because it was a bank.
Yes.
And that's where I think their sign was. So if you could maybe have, I am not opposed to the color or the logo, but have that as a flat sign, not illuminated, and maybe add more gooseneck lights to shine on it. That seems more fitting with the rest of the street to me. I don't know what everyone
And,
else thinks.
How would it be if it was only the words and not I guess that's part of the logo, the E, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's part of the logo.
Madam Chair, yes, I think it would probably be important to preserve the recognizable, lettering and logo. Perhaps maybe the 3D lettering could be possible, but as you've suggested, maybe instead of being illuminated from the rear, having sort of the gooseneck light, but that way you can still maybe have some three-dimensionality to the letters versus a flat board, or perhaps a flat board, but that might be a way to really achieve the goal of letting people who recognize it sort of say, okay, that's where I'm trying to go, just as a thought.
It's not about the sign, it's about being on a historic building.
Yes, we understand.
Okay. No sé, alguna.
Madam Chair, I'm trying to remember that not a while ago, we approved a sign for a business on Main Street, which was a dry town cleaners. It was a dry cleaning business. I don't remember if, I don't think that was neon.
No, it's just a flat wall sign.
Okay,
Entonces pudiéramos hacer.
No, it was just a flat wall sign.
all right.
Eso tendríamos que enviarle otro diseño a ellos.
Okay, sorry,
Oh,
she has a
yes,
question.
yes.
So she says if we go for a design that is flat, like you
Yes.
guys asked, do we have to submit it again?
Sí, tenemos que.
We'd probably have to look at it again.
Well, I was gonna say, if it is exactly like that and it's cut out and everything, that would be exactly,
Right.
it would look the same, it just wouldn't be illuminated, I would not have a problem putting that in a flat version up.
Y con las luces.
With the lights.
With
With the lights, okay.
With smaller letters. It's, another issue, I guess, is that it's kind of hard to tell how big the sign is going to be, to look on that building. Would it, it's got to fit and look okay.
That's why I think you have to look at it again.
Okay. Somebody can make a motion. So I guess, yes, we would want you to come back, I'm sorry.
Okay, so flat and smaller lettering.
I think so, because it's got to match the scale of the building.
Okay.
It's got to not look, it's got to fit in that space. We would like it,
Would you
over
like
the,
us to put
between
it
the
on the
two
middle?
floors.
Okay.
And I think that's a smaller space, so I think that your letters are going to have to be a little bit shorter so that they fit in
Solo en
that
medio.
space.
En la parte de arriba no lo aceptaría. Ningún tipo de ningún tipo de sign, ni aunque fuera flat.
I understand bringing the sign down and the tree blocking the sign. Is that an issue with you?
Not really.
Okay.
Okay.
It is an
Oh, it is.
issue, you're right. Well,
To put it
if you
higher.
can bring it, if you can bring back something that would go at the top, smaller, the way we've suggested, we would consider that. But I understand the tree being there, that might be a
Entonces
problem.
algo flat y con letras
Yeah.
más pequeñas.
Con letras más pequeñas, pero sí le podemos poner las luces.
Sí, las luces, correcto.
Okay.
And you would also need to, allow space for the gooseneck lamps
gooseneck
to
lamp.
hang over, so that people could see it at night.
Okay, entonces tenemos que someter otra cosa.
Okay. Y en cualquier caso, pudiéramos dejar el de arriba y poner otro pequeño abajo, pregúntale.
So she's asking well, if we do go for the flat one and do everything on the top, can we put another one below it, in the middle of it?
The same sign?
Sí, del mismo tamaño.
Sí, el mismo, acá abajo, chiquitito.
The same sign, but a bit smaller.
I would say that seems like overkill. I think you just need it one place.
One or the other.
And I understand the issue with the tree. I just wonder if everybody, people, like I said, I don't think people drive down Main Street and look way up. I think they look lower is one
And also,
thing to
this
think
is,
about.
this is looking straight on it. That's why you're seeing that tree. If you're driving down, you could see that sign. If you're driving up, you could see that sign.
Okay.
Okay.
Vamos a someter otro día.
Okay,
le
so
vamos a
we'll
esperar
submit
otro-
a different design for it.
Okay, so we need a motion to table this.
I actually have a question
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah,
Go
go
right
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. What was the business that was there before, and where did they used to have their logo? I'm thinking where that board is, where the automatic teller used to be. Didn't there used to be a sign above that? A smaller sign?
So it was a BB&T,
It
and
was
then they
BB&T.
became Truist, and the name was between the two floors.
But the
There was
lights-
also a small sign over the ATM, maybe.
Yeah.
But their big sign was is behind the tree, where you can see the gooseneck lamps.
That's where the lamps are, yeah. And I would recommend you check all the other businesses on Main Street and see how they do their signage. You might be able to get some ideas from them.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So I will motion that we table the idea here for, let's see, it's HDC 2025-009. Which one is this? 0097 for 380 Main Street, submitted by Xiomara, Medina. Until next time.
Okay, thank you so much.
Second?
Sydney, we have a motion to table and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. McSinney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much for coming in, and welcome to Main Street.
I think once you get through this hurdle, you'll be glad you're there.
Yes.
Madam Chair, if I may, for the applicant's benefit, what date would they need to submit that to be heard for the July meeting?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Does staff have that
Sydney?
date, just for the applicant, since I know August will be off session? Do we know offhand? Okay, that would
Okay.
be great. I really appreciate it. Because the Historic District Commission does not meet in August, so we'd want to get you on the schedule for July so you can get it done. So it might be June 27th, only a couple of weeks away, to get the new application in. So I want to be sure we get you in as quickly as possible, since we're off in August. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, Madam
Councilman.
Chair.
Item number 6, HDC 2025-0098 for 326 Prince George Street, submitted by Dawn and Rick Nakroshis. The applicant is seeking approval for a new driveway and pad. Would staff like to present his report, please?
Yes. Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Sam Braden IV with ECD presenting the staff report. The applicant is seeking HDC approval to install a concrete horseshoe driveway and pad for platform lift installation. Dimensions for the proposed wheelchair accessible driveway will be approximately 67 feet, including both ends of the entrance and exit, and it will be 12 feet wide. This allows for adequate spacing for the entrance and exit. Location of the circular driveway will be on the front side of the property and intersecting the end of the property line. The requirements for setback and lot coverage have been met, including having no more than 20% rear yard coverage and being located at least 3 feet from the side property line. Staff recommends HDC approval of certificate number HDC 2025-0106. This concludes the reading of my staff report, and the applicant is here for any questions.
Great. Could you come on up? Oh, are we? Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm
Thank you
Dawn
for-
Nakroshis, and I'm here about 326 Prince George Street.
Thank you. We appreciate your coming. Are there any questions?
Did they say this was going to be a circular driveway?
Semicircular? Half a circle?
You have a paved driveway,
No,
Excuse
there is no driveway currently.
or you just come up that, okay, into the yard.
Well, at the moment, we, excuse me, we put some gravel in place to keep the mud down, while we were pulling the car in to be able to get closer to the steps, due to our mobility challenges. Over time, as we've encountered increasing mobility difficulties, it's come to where we've realized that in front of the steps, literally at the steps, and at where the platform lift will be, is where the discharge from the vehicle needs to be. Over the last year, both my husband and myself have had falls trying to come even across the walk to get to the stairs to come up into the house. So it's at a premium to get as close as absolutely possible. But what is there now is just gravel that was put trying to be considerate of the neighbors and not be tracking mud everywhere. Excuse me, there is no actual driveway at the moment.
What is the advantage of having the circular driveway other than coming straight in and straight out?
The straight in, excuse me, the straight in, straight out leaves an approximately 15 to 16 foot walk from where the car would be to get to the stairs to get up. As I said, each of us has experienced a fall, which has required fire and rescue to come and get us. For me specifically, because I tripped over the edge of the walk. So the more steps we have to take, the more difficult it is. And the reason behind it being the semicircular shape, my husband gets out of the vehicle on the passenger side, I get out on the driver's side. And if we were to use a straight in, straight out driveway with I'm not sure what it's called, a curve where you back in to get him in front of the steps, that would require me doing a blind outside turn there's a post there. I figure I'll hit it at least once a week, if not more often.
And then the curbing, that'll be removed, like the curb, so
Yeah,
you don't have
there
to
would-
drive over the curb.
There would be 2 curb cuts, 12 feet each. The 12-foot width is to accommodate an accessible vehicle with a side ramp.
Well, I don't want you hitting that pole anymore.
Well, it isn't a pole, it's the, if you look at the picture of the house, it's the front post of the railings, and it's tied in structurally with the house. I don't want to hit it either.
No. I'm ready to make a motion if there are no other comments. Okay, Madam Chairman, I move that we approve HDC 2025-0098 for 326 Prince George Street as submitted.
I'd like to second.
I second that motion.
We have a motion from Ms. Snyder, and we'll split the difference, and a second from Mrs. Les. Sydney, would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Les. Yes. Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Mr. De La Puente,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSweeney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in and answering our questions. And I wanted to tell you that I've been very happy with 2 Bruno stair lifts that my mother has. So,
The most installed locations and easiest to get service on,
oh, okay.
but
Well, you can talk to me about service later. That's a whole nother
Okay.
thing.
Okay, so we're approved.
You are good to go. Thank you
Good
very
deal.
much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Item number 7, HDC 2025-0099 for 595 Main Street, submitted by the Best Sign, Inc. The applicant is seeking approval for a sign at Patuxent Place. Oh, staff, would you like to present your report?
Yes. Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Chloe Kaufman, Planner 1 with ECD. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to install a non-illuminated wooden board sign on the front overhang of the property. Measuring 96 inches by 12 inches, the sign will total 8 square feet. Covering the wooden board will be navy blue vinyl overlay, featuring the inscription Leanne Braiding, the name of the business, alongside the business's unit and phone number. The proposed sign will be mounted in the same location as the previous sign for the former business, using 3.5-inch anchor roll plug screws. Staff recommend the Historic District Commission approve certificate number HDC 2025-0099. Thank you, Madam Chair, and the applicant is here for any questions.
Oh, great. Could you come up? Hi, thank you for coming in. Could you turn on your mic? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there any questions? Go ahead. We'll start at the end.
Sure, and this is just more of a paperwork question. I think I see the applicant is listed as the sign company, but I don't know if it makes a difference at all whether it should be listed as Leanne Braiding themselves.
The document states the sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So
as submitted by the applicant. Okay, understood. Thank you,
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes. I have a question for staff. Where are we now with these signs hanging on Patuxent Place? I thought there was an issue about that at some point. Something about the signage.
Right, I'm not sure about the specific instance that you are referring to, but I just was looking at the signs that are currently there, and they are all different. They have different coloring, different shapes that are there, different background coloring. Some are like more cream, some are more brown. So although I can't, address that specific instance, I can say that they are all different signs.
I had a question. I didn't notice. Oh, I'm sorry. When I read the application earlier, I missed that this sign is vinyl. I don't think there are any other vinyl signs for Patuxent Place. Are there?
I'm not sure, but it's
Okay.
vinyl overlay on the wooden board. So it's just like the lettering.
Oh, just the lettering. So the creamy part is going to be wood?
It's wood.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Comments?
My only comment is I think that the signage on these buildings, so to speak, has really gotten out of hand. And in the beginning, they were all supposed to be alike. And, but, it is what it is. Are the other signs, do they have their phone number out on it?
Yeah, some of them do. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll make a comment.
Okay.
I do appreciate the fact that your sign will be non-illuminated, as we just had the discussion earlier about how the one sign, they wanted to make a very large sign and make it highly illuminated, whereas, yes, just make it
Yeah,
a
to
flat,
match others, yeah.
non-illuminated. So I do appreciate that. Thank you.
I can't make a motion. So we can sit here until somebody does.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion
Excuse me.
to approve, let's see, where am I here? HDC-2025-0099 for 595 Main Street.
Seconded.
Thank you. Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder, Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSweeney. Motion carries.
Business. Item number 8, HDC 2025-0101 for 508 Prince George Street, submitted by Devon Connor. Would staff like to present her report?
Yes, good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Chloe Kaufman, Planner 1 with ECD. The applicant is seeking retroactive Historic District Commission approval to remove a dogwood tree from the front yard of the property. It was removed as a result of its disordered and disheveled appearance as it related to the general cohesion of the landscape. Moreover, dead leaves would incessantly cover.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? The reason it was removed?
It was removed as a result of its disordered and disheveled appearance as it related to the general cohesion of the landscape. Moreover, dead leaves would incessantly cover the lawn. A landscaping company was hired to remove the tree without a letter from a certified arborist denoting that the tree was dangerous or diseased. The applicant has not replanted a replacement tree. Staff recommend the Historic District Commission deny certificate HDC 2025-0101. Thank you, Madam Chair. I am here for any questions.
Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question, I have a couple of questions. So if it's denied, what does that mean for the applicant?
Madam Chair, this is Director Burrow. Denial is just a recommendation after we had weighed the option, looked at the ordinance, because the applicant didn't make a suggestion to replant another tree. Our recommendation was for denial. If they would have recommended, we would have been okay with approving this. So since they did not recommend, we concluded that we recommended denial.
And per the code, when you remove a tree from the front of the or anywhere on the property, it is mandatory that you replant the tree. So either way, the applicant will have to go with replanting a tree.
So say again what you just said.
Right, so per our code, when you
Yes.
remove a tree from your property, you will have to replant a tree.
So what's going to happen because he's not?
They must.
And what if he doesn't?
Well, what we would do, this is Director Burrow, we would send a warning letter stating the code and stating that he has to replenish on site. If not, we will go to fines if need be, but we leave that option up to them.
Them being code enforcement.
Because these are pictures of the tree, correct? I wish I had that
Yes.
tree in my yard.
Yes, it was a nice white dogwood tree.
So I think it's bad enough that it was removed without approval. And on top of that, that nothing is going to be planted in its place. And weren't there other shrubs removed also on this property?
Not to my knowledge.
There were some foundation shrubs
there were.
removed, but I don't believe we have purview over that.
Yeah, minor shrubbery, HGC doesn't have jurisdiction over.
So are you asking us to approve this?
No.
Okay.
But we still need to not approve the application.
Madam Chair, before entertaining a motion, just a comment. From a homeowner standpoint, certainly we would want them the ability to apply to potentially make changes for trees and things like that. It is concerning in this case, the applicant, may not have. And it seems like even after was provided information, they didn't really show interest in following through. I don't believe the applicant is here this evening.
No.
So I think it might have been easier with that, but it seems for the present, at least in my opinion, that we're unable to move forward and to follow staff's recommendation. Just to share my comments.
You mean we're unable to deny, to
So
approve
we're
the
unable to
removal?
assist the homeowner because they're not here this evening, and they haven't really shown any interest in following through with the normal application procedure. So I'm just sharing my observation for the benefit that I would agree with staff's recommendation to deny the current application.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, before you speak,
Yes, sir.
what we would do, Councilman Tahija, we would reach out to him.
Yeah.
We would send a letter.
Yeah.
And also give him the option before we always do a warning or a courtesy.
Yeah.
We don't just immediately go into fines. So what we would do is reach out to him.
Yeah.
Via email, even a letterhead to that residence, giving them the opportunity to replant. And if we don't hear in a timely manner, then we would go before with fines.
Yep. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And similar, if the resident is watching, please feel free to reach out to the commission. We really do want to help you get the right thing done. Thank you.
Thank you. So since I don't hear any one wanting to approve this removal of the tree, could I hear a motion to deny this approval?
Madam Chair, I move that we deny application number HDC 2025-0101 for 508 Prince George Street as submitted by the applicant.
I second that.
Thank you. Sydney, we have a motion to deny and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Mr. De La Puente,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSweeney. Motion carries.
I don't know. So you can bring that up if you would like.
I don't know if it's the right meeting.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next agenda item, and then you can ask about that later. Item number 9, HDC 2025-0103 for 422 Prince George Street, submitted by Marissa Reynolds and Kamiko Marinacci. Did I pronounce? Marinacci, okay. Seeking approval to remove what used to be a screened-in porch. I'll leave it at that. Staff, would you like to present your report?
Yes, good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. Again, this is Chloe Kaufman, Planner 1 with ECD. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to remove the existing dilapidated 16 by 16 deck and roof structure located at the rear of the property, install stairs from the back door to grade, as well as blue vinyl siding at the entire rear of the property to match the front and sides of the structure. Currently, the siding that is in the rear is gray and does not match the rest of the property, and the proposed vinyl will match the blue color of the existing vinyl on the front and sides of the structure. As mentioned, the covered deck is in extremely poor condition as a result of the decaying posts that are in direct contact with the ground without proper footings and support beams, the rotting roof, the misplacement of spans between the beams and joists, and the untreated lumber used to frame the deck. 3 different independent contractors have surveyed the structure and confirmed its deplorable condition. The existing structure poses safety hazards for the residents and prevents the completion of the siding on the rear of the property. Without addressing the unfinished siding, the house will be susceptible to further deterioration from the weather. Thus, removal of the structure will improve the durability of the property, allowing for the structure to receive vital maintenance while improving the aesthetic and overall cohesion of the property's exterior. In addition to the proposed siding, 7-foot wide stairs with a 3-foot landing, followed by 3 shorter steps to the ground level will replace the covered deck. Pressure-treated lumber will be utilized for the construction of the stairs. Both the landing and the treads will be stained light brown, while the risers and stringer will be painted white. Staff recommend the Historic District Commission approve certificate number HDC 2025-0103. Thank you, Madam Chair, and the applicant is here for any questions.
Thank you. Would you like to come up? Thank you for coming. That was quite the description of the deplorable state of that structure.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add to that.
Good
Thank you,
riddance
Chloe.
would be what I think. Are there any questions? Comments? Oh, sorry. Questions, comments? Yes.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve HDC application 2025-0103 for 422 Prince George Street as submitted by the applicant.
I'll second.
Fantastic. Sydney, we have a motion to approve demolition and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSinney.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in. And once again, thank you for all of your efforts. They are really appreciated.
You didn't have to say a word.
Item number 10, HDC 2025-0104 for 420 Montgomery Street, submitted by Omari Sefu. Is that correct? Okay, thank you. For a new flat roof and railing.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Chloe Kaufman, Planner 1 with ECD. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to replace the existing flat roof currently finished with tar and torch-down materials, along with the surrounding wooden rotting railing to address the decay of the structure. A deck tech membrane roofing system and cool step slate color will be replacing the deteriorating roof, while a Trex Transcend composite railing system in white will substitute the existing railing. These changes are consistent with the character of the neighborhood and will improve the durability and longevity of the structure. Staff recommend the Historic District Commission approve certificate number HDC 2025-0104. Thank you, Madam Chair, and the applicant is here for any questions.
Thank you. Would you like to come up? Did Mrs. Wegley live in that house?
I'd have to see it up.
Next to the armory?
No,
Oh.
no, the Mrs.
You'll think of it. All right, never mind, all right. Thank you for coming in. Are there any questions or comments?
My comment is, I think you've done an awesome job. I just, every time I walk past it, I just love it. And now the landscaping, it's really, really impressive.
It's coming together well. Yeah, thank you.
I concur. I did not like that brown. So it's very nice now. Any other comments? Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, just
Okay.
appreciate the process.
All right. All right, I would love to hear a motion.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve HDC 2025 for, is it 420?
It is.
420 Montgomery Street, submitted by Mr. Sefu as presented.
Thank you.
Seconded?
Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Mr. De La Puente,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSini.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Sir, did you put the second story on there, or was that already there?
Second story of the house.
Yeah,
No, that was already there.
okay.
It's been there. Thank you.
Thank you. She was a kindergarten teacher.
Last but not least, item number 11, HDC 2025-0106 for right next door, 418 Montgomery Street, submitted by John and Jessica Norton. Take it away.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Commission members. This is Sam Braden IV with ECD presenting the staff report. The applicant is seeking HDC approval to extend the existing vinyl fence in the side yard and connect it to the existing rear fence. The fence will remain at 4 feet in height and will be extended to 24 feet long and 19 feet wide. Staff recommends HDC approval of certificate number HDC 2025-0106. This concludes the reading of my report, and I believe the applicant is here for any questions.
Thank you. Come on up. Hello,
Thank you.
Mr. Norton. Do you have anything to add?
Just thank you for the last minute acceptance of my packet. It was-
okay.
it was
That's
right under
not
the wire
on us.
there. So
That's
thank you,
them.
Sydney.
Any questions, comments? Motions?
Madam Chair, I move to approve HDC 2025-0106 for 418 Montgomery Street, submitted by John and Jessica Norton.
I'll second.
Sydney, we have a motion to approve. Sydney, we have a motion to approve and a second. Would you call the roll, please?
Mr. De La Puente,
Yes.
Ms. Les.
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Ms. Steinecke,
Yes.
Ms. McSini.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
This week, so it'll be good to have that
I
enclosed.
was thinking perhaps you needed to be doing some containment.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, staff approvals. You've all seen those. And is there any other business anyone would like to bring up? Okay. All right. Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Have a good night.